And for that reason alone, lads, Thor's record will not count for me. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What a fantastic day it is here in Ireland. The fucking sun is shining. It's unbelievable. I love when the sun shines. I'm currently on a low carb day today, so it's going to be a long old day for me. For those that are interested, I woke up this morning 116 kilos on the nose, so I'm still losing weight. I hope I don't lose too much more, because I like being heavy. Graham Hicks suggested that I should do the 105. A few people suggested actually that I should do the under 105. I'm absolutely not. I would rather shove something up my hole than compete in under 105s. I have no interest in 105s. I have no interest in masters. I mean, it's hard enough in my 30s without trying to do that fucking shit in my 40s. No, thank you. Fair play to the lads that do it, that you still want to continue hurting yourself into your 40s. I just think if I spent the next couple of years doing strongman at a competitive level, I will pay for it heavily in my 50s. And I don't want to pay for something that's where I average midfield in a competition where I come out with 700 or 800 euro. It's just not worth it for me. So I'm focusing on myself right now. So I'm going to find myself. And I found a massive cunt. Anyway, lads, so we have the deadlift, a form of deadlift championships coming up the 26th of July. It is called, what is it called again? It is called Sportsskululikima. It was held last year. Do you remember we saw Graham Hicks and we saw Ivor go head to head last year. No one obviously completing the 505 kg deadlift, but it's going ahead into 26th, which would be Saturday week. And the reason I'm covering this is because the fact that Thor's training looks absolutely ridiculous. I remember speaking to someone recently, around it a couple of weeks ago, and Thor pulled this 420. So you can see he's struggling with the lockout. He's under pressure. Even at the lockout, you can see by someone's face if they struggle with that lift. Their face tells a lot of how they felt that lift. And that 420, I looked at that going, I'm saying Thor's best days are unfortunately behind him. And I hate saying that because, Thor's one of the greatest strongmen to ever walk the land of the living. One of the most powerful men ever. One of the most biggest men to ever compete in strongman. And I was like, that is not going to cut it. That is shit. So then we fast forward. Well, it's shit. Then we fast forward a couple of weeks later where he pulled this 350. So this, I think, was about 4 or 5 weeks ago. As you can see, it moved a little bit better. It looks as if he's more body weight put on. It's amazing as well how Thor can go from, I'm not going to call it an average deadlifter because he never has been one, but where he's pulling slow 400s, slow 420s to see what we're going to see in a minute. So then we fast forward to this week where he gave us a sneak peek into his training, and he pulled a 440 kilo deadlift. So here he's strapping in. Looks to be back to his old size as well, by the way. Can we, I'm not sure if he's said it somewhere, but he looks to be back in, when did he pull the 501? Back in 2021, was it? He pulled it. But anyway, look at this 440. This was the real game changer for me. When I saw the speed of this 440, I immediately said to myself, yes, this man is going to pull. Look at that. It's so fast. Can you imagine pulling 440 at that speed? God above. So I said to myself, and he gave us a little cryptic clue that he pulled 480 after that. And I was kind of curious. I was thinking to myself, I wonder is the 480 going to be as juicy as that 440? And let's just look at it. So here he is with 70 kg. Boom, nice and easy. The size of this man, everywhere is big. His calves are big. His 120 moved easy. 170, so easy. 220, he's the suit added for the 220. 270, it's nice to know that he puts on the suit early because I think it's important. 320, simple. 360, all still the same speed. 400, probably faster than the 360. 440, moved the same as the 400. And then 480. There is no question in my mind that man is going to pull 505. I actually think, judging by the speed of that and the way there was absolute no slowing down, there was no issue with that bar, from start to finish was just as smooth as fuck. That man is going to pull 505, and I honestly believe if he wants to, he's going to pull 520. Now, he left a kind of a funny statement on his Instagram a while ago, and it's a fair statement from Thor, because he said, when 505 kg will fly, should I attempt 520 or leave it for others to break after? And that'll be funny, because if Thor does pull 520 conventional, he will put it out of the reach of anyone, possibly for the next 10 years. I don't think anyone's going to touch 520 for a long, long time. I just don't see anyone up and coming that's an unbelievable deadlifter that's touching it. So if I've no doubt in my mind he's going to do 505, but will he do 520? That's a good little question there. Now, here is the fucking problem I have. So he's going competing in this sport. What's it called again? The Sport Skulinkima. I'm 100% pronouncing that wrong. Here's the thing. If you're going to run a deadlift competition, right, and claim to take the deadlift record, the fucking thing should be the same setup as everyone else prior to that, with Eddie Hall, with Benny Magnuson. The same thing has to be the same. Calibrated plates and a Texas deadlift bar. Do not change the fucking bar. Now, what they're going using here is the Kabuki deadlift bar. And you're probably saying to me, Pa, so what, Pa? So what if they're using the Kabuki bar? Shut your mouth, is what I say, and listen to me. So the difference between the Texas deadlift bar and the Kabuki bar: the Texas deadlift bar has a 27.5 millimeter diameter shaft. Yep, or that the shaft. The Kabuki bar is slightly slimmer at 27 millimeters. So it's 0.5 millimeters skinnier, which means there's a lot of whip. If that was the only advantage outside of a Texas deadlift bar, it's a huge advantage that shouldn't allow it to be breaking records where records have been set with a different bar. Bar length: the Kabuki PR deadlift bar is just a hair under 8 feet long, 95.25 inches long, versus the Texas deadlift bar with a length of 92.5 inches long. So it's over 3 inches bigger. And lads, I mean, look down at your Mickey. 3 inches on the top of your Mickey would be a lot. So it's a lot in deadlift bar. So it's 3 inches longer, and it's 0.5 millimeter short or less diameter. That creates so much more ease, and it's just why I will not count it as the deadlift. I'm sorry, lads. And any powerlifter that has broken a record with a Kabuki bar should be eliminated and deleted. It should be kept the same. Do you know the way in strongman we have an elephant bar deadlift record, and there's the other bar, that bar that Cerberus use? It's a separate deadlift its own. Kabuki deadlift bars should be a separate deadlift because they've changed the dynamics of the bar. And if you change the dynamics of a bar, where do we draw the line? What if 5 years down the road some other cunt comes up with a deadlift bar and makes it another 3 inches longer and another half diameter? God, why can't I say that word today? Diameter, another 0.5 mil diameter skinnier. Where do we draw the line? The line needs to be drawn right under the Texas deadlift bar, because that has been the standard for, 20 or 30 years now. That's where it should stay. Stop creating new bars and creating new records off the back of these new bars. So, therefore, if Thor pulls 505 or 520 the 26th of July on a Kabuki deadlift bar, it will not matter, because it won't count. Am I wrong in saying that? Do you think it should count? I don't think it should count, because when you change the dynamics of the bar, you're changing everything, and therefore it shouldn't count. We also saw recently this weekend Colton Engelbright. Everyone's talking about him pulling 500 kilos, and it's like, oh my God, can you imagine if he pulled... if he went into strong, he's not going into strongman, because we don't allow sumo deadlift, because it is not allowed for the simple reason it's not a deadlift. And we've seen it before with Jamal. cranky hole Jamal, when he pulled 500 kilos in the gym, he was nowhere near to even 1,000 pounds conventional. So bringing Colton into the World Deadlift Championships, though it would be exciting, there's no sumo allowed. I think he'd probably pull the 430 if that's what the jump will be, but he will miss the 1,000 pounds because it's not related to a sumo deadlift. And for that reason alone, the jumps in how much they can pull conventional and sumo should tell you enough that conventional is the only form of deadlift that should matter. Sumo is for fairies and fucking, I don't know, cunts that are too weak to pull conventional. Have I annoyed sumo deadlifters out there? I apologise. But sumo deadlift should be a class of its own again. It shouldn't be in the same category as a conventional deadlift. And that's what I think. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. I'm very excited to see Thor back. I'd love to see Thor back at the World Deadlift Championships. I believe he can pull whatever the fuck he wants in the day. He'll pull 505, 520. He's obviously training on a Texas deadlift bar, to the best of my knowledge. But let me know your thoughts, guys. Am I wrong in saying that? Will that record count if it's on a Kabuki bar? I think it's absolute horseshit. The other thing as well is Giants Live are paying over, I think it's somewhere in the region, it was 50,000. There was talks of bringing it to 100,000 if someone pulls 505. The prize money for pulling that deadlift last year, if you pulled 505 last year, was $5,000. I mean, if you're going to break the deadlift record that everyone's been hyping over since 2017, would you not wait and do it at a proper competition? Not that I'm saying this isn't a proper competition, but it's just a load of bollocks. The prize money is so low and they're not even using a proper deadlift bar. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Thank you all. I hope you have a great day. Good day to you.